Welcome to Music with Purpose. I'm Lisa Catherine, your host. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Jay Roberts.
Thanks so much for having me. This first song is called House of Lies. Let the wind howl, thunder roll out in the stride. Yeah, you cut right through, it's just like a knife. Smoke rises up, embers fall around. Yeah, you got your own version of how it went down. So let the embers smolder till there's nothing left. Just a memory of the past and my last cigarette. All I want is to stand next to the fire. Yeah, but you just blew smoke up my ass, took my red louder. Yeah, burn it all up till it dies. Burn it down, house of lies. You'll drink gasoline but won't swallow your pride. Let the smoke fills up your eyes. Light me up one. Some battles with fire, you just can't win. Yeah, you put it out, and nothing sparks again. And just when you think got it under control, you get a backdraft. It always explodes. All I want is a friend, helping my soul. Yeah, but you're like a wildfire, burning out of control. Yeah, burn it all up till it dies. Burn it down, house of lies. You'll drink gasoline but won't swallow your pride. But the smoke fills up your eyes. Yeah, burn it all up till it dies. Burn it down, house of lies. Your powder keg heart and that spark in your eye. Make your love just dynamite. Make your love just dynamite. Make your love just dynamite. Thank you so much.
Tuned into Music with Purpose, a show about all kinds of music with all kinds of performances and all kinds of conversations with those performers about their music. I'm Lisa Catherine, your host, and with us tonight is Jay Roberts. Help me welcome Jay Roberts.
Thank you.
Jay, what the name of your first song?
The name of the first song was House of Lies.
We met a couple years ago now, I think. You were performing at a Concerts with Causes event with a band, the Cody Bondra Band, and
That's right.
we got talking about your original music, and you're here today, 2 years ago.
I am. And thanks again for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you, and that first song was great. I'm looking forward to listening to more. I know you're original acoustic rocker, and you're from Northwest Connecticut. Tell us more about you.
I am an acoustic rocker. I do play a lot of electric with bands. If I go out like with the Cody Bondra Band, if I'm asked to fill in for somebody, I'll definitely do some of that. An acoustic rocker at heart, I'm self-taught, and I've been trying to just sort of make my way through the music scene, whatever's available in Connecticut, as it were, and became a multi-instrumentalist, a little bit of studio work, released a couple albums. And
Well, you've done some nonprofit work too.
I've done lots of nonprofit work. It's hard to give an answer. When people say, what does Jay Roberts do, or who is Jay Roberts? It's like, you have like 15 minutes. I've done everything from run my own venue, the Performance Hub in Northwest Corner, Connecticut, in Torrington, where we focused on music education and promoting people's arts, helping them make their crafts equitable and sustainable.
So I've been a musical performer myself. I still do studio work, but I work with a cat rescue right now called the Flicker Foundation.
Very nice.
So we're saving the world one kitty at a time, and we're adding
s-
light and love to people's homes with kittens.
Do you sing to the kittens?
We do. I especially do sing to the kittens and the dogs that live there, so absolutely.
Music is healing.
It's the
You should
same
be
song,
singing.
actually, but I just changed their names to suit the song. It's
Very nice.
easy. I don't have to keep coming up with new songs.
Okay, a couple things that I always like to ask. When did you start playing music, and what inspired you?
I started playing music very early on. I was probably 3 or 4, and my mother drove a school bus to make ends meet in a time when it was supposed to be the man was the breadwinner, and things were getting tough in the 80s, you know. And the mom was like, "Yeah, I'm going to go to work," so she picked up a school bus job, played the radio all day long for everybody, and we loved it. And I would sing along to absolutely everything that came on. And she said, "I can tell he's going to do music," and that's all I've basically tried to do since. No homework, you know, turn every page over and write lyrics and things. And
So
That was
how old
it.
were you when you started writing music?
7, 8. You know, I had no idea. I played the percussion a little bit, and I was just trying to come up with songs and things. Didn't have any recording equipment, so I would often forget them. But, you know, for a couple of weeks at a time as a young guy, I'd have a tune and have some words that I would like to say, and then it just developed into actual songwriting. Stole my dad's boombox and his cassettes a couple times and made a few recordings, and it was like, that was history. ever
How about
since.
the guitar? When did you start playing the guitar?
I actually got my first guitar when I was about 13, and I was shown about 5 or 6 chords, and had a really horrible Mel Bay how to play guitar book. And I don't know how I got through a lot of MTV, back when MTV played music videos. I don't know if any of you remember that. But it was definitely watching a lot of MTV and just really trying to figure things out. We couldn't afford lessons, so it was just whatever books I could get my hands on, a Guitar Player magazine, and just trying to make the best of it.
Nowadays they have YouTube. You can learn anything and everything on YouTube. It's
Absolutely.
crazy.
How to play speed metal, how to do anything. It's fantastic. And it's great. I'm not bitter about that. I'm like, yeah, I had to come up the hard way. But you know what? If people can make music and make it that much faster, that's cool.
Did you produce your music video for the song that you performed live, House of Lies?
I did. I did.
That's a whole nother skill.
Yeah, I'm very visual. I'm an artist kind of through and through. I do draw. So when I wrote the song, it's actually co-written with a woman named Candy Kelson. And when we were really going through the finer points of what the song was going to be, I was sort of making the video in my head at the same time because the imagery was very strong to us. And the song was very, very potent in our souls. So the imagery for us, it was like obvious what shots we were going to do. When it mentions the cigarette and it's like, you know, flicking it, which you might see in the clip, things like that. So to us, it was very obvious what we were going to do.
I'm always impressed by musicians and artists. You don't just do one thing. And actually, our set, we have artwork from another musician.
Isn't this great?
Who got to, Samantha Hart, who shared her artwork for our set for this show. Big shout out to Samantha Hart.
Yeah,
Thank you for your
Multi-talented for sure. In fact,
Yeah.
nowadays you have to. If you're going to be an artist and you're going to make any money, you sort of have to be multidisciplined, either multi-instrumentalist or multiple, whether you're a visual artist, you know, an instrumentalist or something. And you can't put all your eggs in one basket anymore. You know, those days are
Makes
over,
sense.
unfortunately. So she's on the right path. Keep doing your visual art for sure, but keep doing the music as well, and lessons,
Beautiful
and
stuff.
author a book, and everything you can.
Why not?
Yeah.
Do it all. Do it all.
hmm
You didn't get to perform with a guitar that you love. Want to talk about that?
Yeah, I have a Taylor that's a middle of the road. It's I got it at a great deal, so it pains me even more that it is really out of commission right now, and it just got a huge crack right from the bridge down to the bottom, and it just is absolutely unplayable. And it was my baby. It was, to me, it was like the first real guitar I had. Real guitar. Like, I mean, a Taylor it's a name brand. It's a real guitar, and it's absolutely just useless right now. So, thank you again, Samantha, for letting me use your beautiful. Was it Takamine? Right. Awesome. So yeah, she let me use that for the performance.
The big question, and I always like, actually the whole concept of the show is the meaning. Is there meaning or purpose behind your music? And also, how do you want your audience to take the music? Is there a certain feel or a vibe that you are trying to express?
I would
A
say
couple questions in one.
the vibe that I'm expressing now is, as we kind of joked, you know, whether or not it'll make the final cut, but kind of talking a little bit about being, jaded or bitter as a, performer, as a person, as a musical performer in his 40s. The messages that you express as an 18-year-old are definitely different than you're going to express as a 40-year-old. You can't possibly know what life's going to hand you. And as a suffering artist, like any good artist is, you're going to write about it. And those topics are absolutely going to change. So, yeah, when I was younger, I literally was a lot of the same topics as Samantha had was like the schoolyard romances and those things. And they're fun tunes and they're great tunes. And then, like, over time, you definitely you take on some of those problems of the world and you start to realize, wow, things could be different. You want to change things. Your song structures take on all of the pains of knowing and all of the things that are going on in the world, and you absolutely change as a person as you grow as an artist. I definitely have, like anybody else, and you'll see, like, some of my earliest stuff they're like love songs, and now it's kind of moving on into let's say about more life challenges and moving on through these pains. House of Lies, absolutely. The first song I played is all about letting it burn to the ground, let it go the way it's going to go, because, I'm going to rise from the ashes, a new person, like the phoenix. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be different, and that's okay. And that's really what that vibe is about now. Not complaining, not wallowing in it, just healing and moving forward with a good rock and roll spirit.
Some battles with fire you just can't win. Yeah, you put it out, it up and sparks again. Just when you think got it under control, you get a backdraft, it always explodes. All I want is a friend, help heal my soul.
Rock and roll and country, though. You definitely have
Absolutely.
a sound of some country in there.
I've been told I'm not country at all a few times, but I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little country when I'm wearing my country boots. I also often wear a country hat, and a lot of the songs, revolve around whiskey or country sort of, I guess you could say, vibes. I'm a Northwest corner guy. I mean, we literally are driving around on old country dirt roads a lot and jumping in the old swimming hole and doing
that's who
country
you are.
things. Yeah, it's definitely who I am. But, I'm a rocker at heart, too. I love that 80s hair metal stuff. I can sing that. I just come back to my songwriting roots when I'm doing my own stuff, and it's definitely more about that country rock vibe.
Is there something you would like people to feel when you're singing or when you're from your songs? Is there a message in your songs or in your individual songs, or do you just play things that you want to play, or are you trying to convey a message?
Well, there's a lot of people who will say that they understand what my song means, like the song Not the Way I Played Second. I try not to give everybody the meaning of what the song really is to me, because it can absolutely ruin their musical experience.
That makes sense.
Especially Not the Way. I have heard couples who were fighting, and a guy would reference, see, that's just like what Jay wrote in the song, see, and he would reference a line. I'm like, don't rope me into this. That's absolutely not what that meant. Don't tell her that. But it's each person's experience is their own. So while I do weave my own meanings into it for sure, I can't take away another person's experience on how they're taking that song. But there's definitely messages. If you know me personally, or if you've ever trolled my Facebook page, you'll be like, I know what that song's about.
You do. You write about your experiences.
Absolutely.
I'm anxious to hear more music, so let's do it. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks so much for having me. It's a beautiful studio here. Thanks again for having me, Jay Roberts. I'm going to be playing some original music, which is fantastic to be able to do in Connecticut. Not every place is so receptive. This is a song called Not the Way, which I co-wrote with a young female singer-songwriter from the Northwest corner of Connecticut. It's not that we were meant to be. You belong to another, I can see. No, I never really try to take you away from another guy. It's just that you were so kind. You blow my mind all the time. And I can count on one hand, but I love you, I'm telling you.
that you think I do. My heart keeps telling me, so sorry, my deepest sympathy. From the window I can see you write my greatest symphony. I may never get to hold you, but no regret, 'cause you let me love you true. You don't push my love away like you always do, and you let me love you. Sometimes a respite is all that it takes to keep on going in the race. You know what I mean, and I know you do. The way you look into my eyes, nearly have to look away when they want to shy. 'Cause you can cut to the core of me just the way that she used to endlessly. I may never get to hold you, but no regret, 'cause you let me love you true. You don't push my love away like you always do. Yeah, you let me love you. Not the way that you think I do. Not the way, not the way. Yeah. Not the way, not the way. Not the way, not the way. Thank you very much. It's a song about my breakfast. It's a song called Two Eggs, a Side of Toast, and Whiskey. 2 eggs, a side of toast, and whiskey. Not the cheap stuff, but something good like the gasoline. That's scotch, you know. Age 16 years at least, it's how I like them. Perhaps some make it 2 eggs, side of toast, and whiskey. Well, I'm not confessing to the night before. Well, I'm just saying she was hanging around my door. It was only 9 when she offered me breakfast. Well, I said, hell yes, so made it 2 eggs, side of toast, and whiskey. Well, I'm not complaining for my pain, and well, I'd be remiss for forgetting to say yeah. Whoa, thank you, doll, I loved it. You didn't have to stay. Oh, but anyway, I'm having 2 eggs, side of toast, and whiskey, yeah. With a dog that bit me right off when he spotted you. 'Cause you bite harder than any drink will do. Yes, you do. Now I like hearing the dog bit me some whiskey upstairs in my hotel room. 2 eggs, a side of toast, and whiskey. Not the cheap stuff, but something good like the gambling. Age 16 years at least is how I like them. Perhaps some make it 2 eggs, side of toast, and whiskey. Thank you so much. This is the title track off of one of my albums, Devil's Son, right here. Easy to know, even hard to for me to forget. You can spend your life chipping away and not make a dent. Or you can run, I said run. Run, run, run like the devil's son. Spend some time drinking whiskey out of broken glass. I can while away the day searching for relief. 'Cause I'll run, I said run. Run, run, run like the devil's son. I packed up a suitcase of photos and old regret. I feel like a track, but I dropped that cigarette. I ain't gonna choose between hard life and pleasurable death. 'Cause I run, I said run. Run, run, run like the devil's son. And I just need something to forget. Or I don't have to go it alone with you right now. My home is here. Now begging you for this. 'Cause I run, I said run. Run, run, run like the devil's son. Run, I said run. The devil's son. Run, run, run like the devil's son. Run, run, run like the devil.
Thank you so much. So we got room for one more song, is that right? Yeah. I'm not glorifying it. It's a song about not doing this. And again, I didn't bring these things. It's a song about these things. It's called Cigarettes and Cocaine. Cigarettes and cocaine. Think about you night and day. But can't go on living this way. Don't wanna lose my way. Wanna stay complete and whole. Don't wanna lose my soul. But deep down inside, I know the part of you makes me whole. Cigarettes and cocaine. The man in his whiskey, always playing it risky. Caught him looking at me, cerulean blue eyes. I remember the disguise, single malt poured me. As it moves a little closer to my seat, and I start to feel my will train. Cigarettes and cocaine. Moves a little closer to my seat. I want the man in his whiskey. Put me in playing it risky. Desire to run has to miss me. And I start to feel my wheels ring.
Thank you, Jay Roberts. What a great time having you here with us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Until next time, we wish you a life full of love, music, and peace. Bye.